Hello, everybody. Welcome once again to Fractured Realities. And for those of you who haven't followed my channel or are new here, I'll apologize ahead of time for my lack of background and studio and everything else. I do work a full time job, which, is more than a full time job, 50 to 60 hours a week. And I run my own business on the side. So I really don't have the time to do editing. So this is just me sitting on my couch, shooting straight at you and trying to get the point across in the best manner that I can. I don't do editing, I don't do scripts. So, you know, don't expect some high quality shit here. Just this is me. This is who I am. And also I have a couple little furry critters here, so I'm not being attacked by any sort of interdimensional monsters. If you see fur across the screen, I got a cat over here and a dog at my feet right now, sleeping soundly, but who knows how long that's going to last. But anyway, so the crux of the matter, this is something that I've been seeing more and more of recently, especially on Facebook. I don't really do a whole lot of different social medias anymore. I was on Twitter and I did the Instagram thing for a while, but I've kind of just tried to, hyper focus and sort of build my friends and build my spiritual family on Facebook recently because, at the end of the day, nobody really wants to see a bunch of pictures of a 50-year-old man. I'm not 50 yet, but I'm getting close anyway. Nobody wants to see a bunch of pictures of a 50-year-old man or hear the opinions of me on a lot of things. So I stick to YouTube and Facebook. But anyhow, what I've been seeing a lot lately is the whole man versus woman war, the war of the sexes. Like, I thought that this was a thing of the past, back in the 70s and 80s when people were still getting away with treating fucking women badly, and there were a few Gloria Steinem types who came out for feminism and fought against this, and you know I would just assume the war is over, but suddenly all of a sudden there's this whole man versus woman thing. You see men posting things all the time about how all women are materialistic and they only want money and they're only worried about looks. Which, I've dated some beautiful, phenomenal women, and I'm certainly not a good looking guy, and I'm certainly not a rich guy, so I can attest that that much isn't true anyway. But, on the same token, women, well, all men cheat, all men are liars, and, that's okay. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. And sometimes when you're hurt or you've been recently hurt or you have a lot of trauma that carries over from other relationships, you're going to post shit like I've done things like this before. I mean, I'm learning not to put all women in one box because of my bad experiences, because you know, being an old graybeard, it finally took me long enough to realize. But yeah, you know what? I was part of the fucking problems and my failed relationships. Maybe not all the problems, but I'm not innocent, so I'm not a victim. I'm not a victim. Women haven't victimized me. I've victimized myself. When you enter into a relationship, sometimes people have past traumas that they can't get over, and if you're not equipped to deal with that on an emotional level, it's going to fail. And the same thing, vice versa. Women get into relationships with men, and then when there's cracks in the exterior, suddenly it becomes overwhelming, and they don't want any other part of that. But it is what it is. I mean, if you're in a relationship, you have to be prepared for the down times and the bad times. You can't, flee right away. If you're serious about somebody and you really love somebody, you got to deal with their darkness because, I hear a whole lot about healing, and yet we are all in the process of healing. We're all works in progress. Nobody here is perfect. If you think that you're perfect, you're probably part of the problem. Okay. So I'm not going to be one of those people that say you have to be fully healed to love somebody, or you have to fully love yourself to love and to, no, you just have to be able to tolerate the good times with the bad, the yin with the yang. But, you know, just some of the reactions that I've seen are just outrageous. Some of the things that women say, and some mostly the things that men say are what I'm here to address. You know, I can't really relate with being a woman, and I can't relate with women's relationships and what they deal with, and being a feminine, because that's not who I am. You know, so here basically to address the men. It's time for us to start acting right. Am I? I'm not fucking Andrew Tate. I'm not Jordan Peterson. I'm not a psychiatrist or a sociologist, or I'm not some goofy YouTube guy with a million followers who was once in MMA, who wants to tell men how to think and how to act. But somebody does need to call out the bullshit that's going on. Okay. Like, if a woman posts something that's negative about men, fucking let it go and scroll on. You know, a lot of times I see it, and I used to be a reactor. I used to, oh well, women also, and that just creates more of the divide. You know, the best thing you could do is to just ignore the comments. You know, and then we have the whole hookup culture that is just fucking absolutely fucking toxic, to where, you know, a lot of men look at any female friend that they have as a potential piece of ass, and that's, you can't do that nowadays. I mean, you can't read somebody's intentions from their posts. You can't tell gauge their lack of interest from, you know, a couple messages or a couple responses. That's just not how it works. You have to stop being friends with women just for the simple fact that you want to screw them. It's that's toxic shit. You know, we all. I mean, I'll be the first one to admit I've added plenty of people because, hey, she's beautiful, she seems cool. You know, I'm gonna add her, and I've developed a lot of great friendships with beautiful, outstanding women. But I've never sat there and built up expectations in my mind that there was going to be some sort of romance that occurs from this friendship. I'm not friends with these people or these women so that I could have sex with them. I mean, you know, that's, in a way, I mean, you know, we all as men thought that way in the past, but I mean, that is predatory thinking. You have to retrain your brain, you know, and I've had many female friends that I've became intimate with and had relationships with at some point, but I don't go into that friendship assuming that that's what's going to happen. Because number one, you're going to disappoint yourself, and I'm not going to be that fucking, oh, I'm such a nice guy and you'll never do better, because that's fucking toxic, man. That just makes you look pitiful, and that makes you look fucking bad, you know. And if you think that women can't see through that shit, and the way that you try to pee on their page and make it look like you're more than just friends, or you know, the good morning beautiful and you are such an angel, and just trying overly hard to women pick up on that. They're not stupid. They know what the fuck you're doing. You know what I mean? So I mean, you're gonna out yourself anyway. So if you're just interested in trying to be intimate with a woman, let her know ahead of time. just let her know, hey, I'm into you, are you into me? And if she turns you down, then do what you have to do. But there's no reason to go off on her because you're not her type, or that she's not ready for that kind of commitment. You know, yelling and screaming, and then there's also another aspect of this fucking toxic shit that men have been doing, where you know I've seen women that just ask for a little help and a little consideration, and well, what are you gonna do for me? Like, like they owe you fucking sex, or they owe you something for being a decent human being, man. Part of being in a fucking relationship is to be emotionally supportive. If you have the means to be financially supportive, be financially supportive. If you don't, say no. I don't have the money. I can't do that. Just simply say it. Don't fucking go off on them. You know, like one friend, messaged me talking about it, and she said, she was in a relationship with a guy who worked in construction. She asked this guy to install a fucking paper towel holder in her bathroom. Takes 3 seconds. If he's a construction guy, he's got a stud finder. He puts it against the wall, sees the red light. Fucking take a drill a couple holes, put in a couple screws, and put it up. It's a 5 minute process. But this guy went fucking berserk, telling her, "Oh, what are you, a prostitute? What you know?" I don't understand this fucking mentality. If I can help somebody, I'll help them. And this goes for men, women, whoever, especially women who I'm in a relationship with. Fuck. It gives me a sense of accomplishment to be able to help them do something. And if I can't do it, I'm just honest with them. Like, yeah, you got electrical issues or plumbing issues in your house. I mean, like, I don't know shit about it. It's going to get worse if I try to fix it. Trust me. But I'm honest. But I don't understand that lashing out just because they ask for something simple. It's give and take in a relationship, brother. It's not all about you. It's not all about what you want. Your wants and your fucking needs. Sometimes you have to, do things for her too. She's not a sex puppet that's there for your fucking enjoyment. And if you look at women like that, you have problems, man. They are emotional human fucking creatures who think, who feel, who have good days and who have bad days. And if you can't roll with that, man, then you're not ready for a relationship. You know, Stop with all this, man. And every time a woman posts something about a man, or a man posts something about a woman, we don't have to jump all over that and say that goes both ways. We know it goes both ways. Everybody knows that. We have to stop attacking each other, you know? You want the future of mankind to carry on, or are all the men going to jump on sex robots and all the women going to have fucking uh, Vibro Beast 1000 in their fucking bedrooms, and we're all just gonna fucking sit around and scream at each other on Facebook? Is this the fucking future that we're headed into? Because that's a zero sum game. You know, there are still people out there who are loving. There are still women out there that won't cheat. There are still men out there that won't cheat. I have not always been the most emotionally supportive person in my relationships. I've had a lot of women who have had emotional distress, and I don't always know how to deal with that. So I haven't been the most emotionally supportive. But I can say that I've never physically went out and cheated on anybody. So yeah, you know, and I've had relationships that ended when that wasn't a factor of another person. It was just sometimes people grow apart, and you know, and it takes two. It takes two. It's going to be things you did and things she did. It's 50-50, man. It takes two to make a loving relationship, and it takes two to break a loving relationship. And once you realize that, and you're able to see where you went wrong, instead of just pointing out where your spouse or your ex went wrong, things are going to get a lot easier. You know, but if you're just out there hunting down sex and saying vulgar things to women all the time. And, I don't understand where this comes from. I have never in my life fucking just up and out of the blue sent a dick pic to anybody. You know, I, like to me, that's just, yeah, I don't get it, man. Maybe I was raised. My parents were always together. I wasn't a child of divorce or separation. Of course, they had problems, but I guess maybe I had that stability. So I had a positive male role figure. Maybe a lot of you guys didn't. Maybe you were raised by your moms and you just don't know how to fucking react to women. But let me tell you, man. They're not into your dick pics, dude. It ain't about your body. It's about how you act and how you react, and how you help fulfill their needs and that void that they have in their life. People don't get into relationships just to fuck. you know, there's okay. You're in a relationship. Say you're in a very hot sexual relationship. Maybe you smash it out 5 6 times a day. Average that out. 15 to 30 minutes a pop, or more if you're a Superman. I don't need to hear about how you last 3 hours and go 15 times a night. I really don't care. I'm just trying to work out averages here. I mean, that's what, 4 hours a day. So you still have that 24-hour gap where you have to fucking human and you have to co-inhabit with this person. So there's a lot. There's emotions, there's needs. You have to be emotionally fucking mature. It's not just all about sex. If that's what you want, man, just pop on the internet. And the same thing. Stop asking women for fucking nude pictures, bro. If they're a OnlyFans model, then they're going to sell their pictures. If they're not an OnlyFans model, then they're probably going to think you're an asshole for just asking for a fucking nude right off the rip. I mean, fuck, dude. Pornhub is free. Just go on there and get your jollies off. This is 2024, bro. Access to the internet is there. You can see fucking pictures of naked women. You don't have to fucking harass it and ruin fucking friendships over it. Or relationships. Some women that you're in a relationship with aren't going to be in the sending you fucking butthole pics. It's just not how it is. Not everybody thinks that way. Some might. Some women might want to see pictures of your cock, but maybe ask first. Say, hey, I have a splendid man tool, and I'd like to share it with you. Would you like to see it? And if they say no, you fucking leave it alone. You know, don't just send them that, and definitely don't send them fucking videos of you rubbing one out. I mean, whew, they could go look at fucking monkeys at the zoo and see that. That's that. I don't see how that would be a turn on at all. But like I said, I don't know everything. But it's time that we had a little bit of fucking compassion towards women and realized that this isn't the old world, bro. This isn't the 1980s where you could walk down the street and pat a woman on the ass, or you could say sexually explicit things or jokes. You have to watch what the fuck you do. They're human beings, man. They're not tools. They're not things for you to enjoy. They're human beings with emotions, with feelings. And there's just look at the news lately. The fucking billionaires. You got Harvey Weinstein. You have Jeffrey Epstein. You have Vince McMahon. There's a total ass piece of shit I could do about 3 videos on, but I won't. You have all these rich, powerful people. Even old Bill Clinton's getting called out now. Bill Cosby, fucking, piss boy R. Kelly finally went to fucking prison. Little too long and little too late after he victimized people for 30 years. But hey, it happens. The rich and the powerful are getting called out. So don't think that you're going to continue these predatorial fucking methods that might have worked in the past. and that your ass isn't going to get called out, and then freak out and, call them this and call them that and try to point out shit that they look bad to defer from your bullshit. This just that time's done, bro. This is the time of truth. People are gonna know who the fuck you are, so you might want to adjust who the fuck you are and how the fuck you think. You know, it is what it is. Stop looking at women like they're a piece of ass. Stop being predatorial. Stop sending fucking dick pics. Stop telling what a nice guy you are when you're really not, and all you want to do is fucking smash out. Let them know. Just be honest. They'll probably appreciate you more, and you might even be able to keep a friendship. But not if you go into the whole fucking I'm a nice guy and you'll never do better, and I do so much for you, man. If you do shit for women just so that you could get laid, then you're a fucking predator, dude. Just go buy a prostitute. It's so much fucking simpler. Yeah, like I said, and nobody seems to really be addressing this besides fucking goofs like Andrew Tate, who's telling people, oh, yeah, treat them like shit, make them come begging to you. Yeah, that might work if you're a fucking 6.5 foot tall ex MMA millionaire, but that's not going to work for you as an average guy, dude. Um, you have to fucking be compassionate and stop listening to these fucking guys who are telling you how to be a man, bro. The only person who can teach you how to be a man is you. So man up. Stop with the bullshit. Let's just treat people how you want to be, how they want to be treated. Let's stop being scum. It's plain and simple, bro. It's not hard logic, and it's not hard to learn. There's no complex E equals MC squared fucking theory of relativity about it. Just be a fucking decent human being and realize that women are human beings, not just cock vassals. Okay. And hey, if you get offended, go ahead and call me an asshole, call me a cock, or my favorite, people calling me a fucking simp. I'm not doing this to get laid. I could care less, bro. I mean, I'm in a healing fucking stage myself, but I'm not out here lashing out at women because my last relationship didn't work out for me. I'm just trying to get my shit together, so maybe the next one will. If there is a next one. If there isn't, oh well. It is what it is. But yeah, you know, and if you see a female posting that she only likes guys that are 6 foot tall, I'm 5'10", almost 5'11", but I'm not 6 foot tall. I know I'm not a fucking muscle bound GQ model. Um, yeah, I could be just as self conscious as the next guy when I see stuff like that. But yeah, I don't get mad about it. Let him be picky, man. I would rather see my female friends, and I've said this before. I did a post about it, but I would rather see my female friends wait it out and get a man that's going to treat them well than jump from guy to guy to guy with these fucking goofballs that are just out of prison, or these guys that just lay it on fucking thick and tell them what they want to hear, and then show up at their house from another state, don't work. There's a lot of fucking parasites out there, male and female. So you got to really watch, bro. You don't really know someone until you're around them and the situation gets rough. That's when you see the real people. When the world's fucking burning, you're going to see how they respond to the chaos. Some do, some don't. Some take off running, and some will stick around. Those are the ones you want to keep in your life. But yeah, just for once in your mind, the best advice that I could give to you about how to treat fucking women is try to separate yourself from it and think from their viewpoint. You know what I mean? They've been hurt. They've been in bad relationships. Maybe they're thinking, all men are scum, you know, show them that you're not. Show them, if you're not a scumbag, show them that you're not a scumbag. Be there, be supportive, be a friend, and see what goes from there. But be honest about your intentions. It's pretty fucking simple, man. It's not anything complicated. So don't complicate it. You know, be a better person. You know, and none of us are perfect, man. We've all been hurt. We've all done fucked up things. We've all been in fucked up relationships. We've all been betrayed. Every last one of us. Just like every woman out there has a horror story about some guy who they thought was a friend, who turned out to not be a friend and was one of these predatory people. Every single woman that I know. And that's just fucking sad that we live in a world like that. So, you know, let's fix it, guys. You know, and women too. You know, not all women are your scumbag ex. You know, we don't have any reason to be at war with each other, man. I mean, we have our differences and we can celebrate those, but that doesn't set us apart. You know, let's celebrate our differences and let's come together. You know, let's love each other and be decent and grow together. You know, we don't all have to be in our own little bubble and defensive and hating each other. This is just bullshit. It's all fucking divide and conquer tactics that have been created by fucking the rulers of the earth, and that's a whole separate topic that I'm not going to go babbling on about. But you know, eventually I will make some more videos about the true enemies of mankind, and it's not some chick posting about fucking short guys or some guy posting about fucking all women being hoes. It goes a lot deeper than that. But there's a reason that this shit keeps popping up and happening. We just have to be smart enough to know within ourselves and know what we need to do to remedy the situation in our own lives. But I'm not going to go prattling on because I know I do tend to slightly brain damaged. I've had a lot of concussions, so I will repeat myself if I let this go too far. So I'm going to shut it off here. But yeah, you know, I love all you guys, man. You know, I don't have any hatred in my mind for anybody. I'm not in any kind of competition with any of you dudes. I know some of you guys might think that shit because I have a lot of female friends. And you know what the craziest thing to me is a lot of times I'll get a female friend. I'll comment on her page. She comments on mine. Then I get a friend request from a guy, and it turns out to be her boyfriend or somebody who was a love interest for her. You know, and I know I'm being scoped out. I know what it is because I've done it before with my exes. And you know what? Sometimes I actually end up becoming friends with them because they know that after a while they realize what I'm about. I'm not in their fucking women's inboxes. I don't inbox any women. You know, some inbox me, and I'm grateful for my friends. I don't assume that to be anything either. You know, um, but yeah, I end up being fucking friends with these guys too. You know, one minute they think that I'm trying to fucking hop on their ex, which I don't understand why some of these, you know, 20 and 30-year-old guys think that old fucking graybeard sitting on his couch here is a fucking a threat somehow. But you know, whatever. You know, check me out. I don't care. You know, I can vouch for it, and any of my female friends can vouch for the fact I'm not trying to hit any of them up in their inbox. So you know, I'll just leave it off here. Let's do better, man. You know, we're having sons. Do we really want our sons to do that? Do you want your daughters to have to fucking cringe every time that they hear a ding and open up their box? That some fucking dude who they thought was their friend is flogging his fucking log on a video. You know, would you want your sister, your daughter, your mother to see that kind of shit? Well, no. Then stop it. Would you want them to feel fucking like less of a person because they're being debased because some fucking asshole couldn't get their way with them? No, you wouldn't. So be the difference, man. be the fucking change. Let's pull this shit together, man. We're all in this fucking fight together. Male, female, black, white, gay, straight, it doesn't fucking matter. We're in this fight together. And once we realize that, man, we're gonna start healing as a people. We got some rough times coming, man, and we're gonna need each other. So love each other and respect each other. That's what it's about, man. That's what it boils down to. Self-respect and respect for others. If you think about it that way, the rest of it's simple, man. All right. I love you all. Peace out. Take care.